Kamu suka bermain Dota, tapi tidak bisa sering memainkannya karena kamu tidak bisa selalu di depan komputermu.
Vin, ada kerjaan lagi tuh?
Ada lagi.
Ya, udah cepet sono.
Tidak perlu khawatir, tidak ada rotan, akar pun jadi. Tidak ada PC, mobile pun jadi. Akhir-akhir ini, genre MOBA sudah sangat menjamur di platform mobile. Cukup dengan bermodalkan smartphone mid-end, sekarang kamu bisa menikmati game MOBA kapanpun dan dimanapun. Yap, sejumlah game MOBA sudah tersedia di smartphone dan kami telah mengumpulkan yang terbaik untuk langsung kamu coba sekarang juga. Berikut adalah game MOBA terbaik untuk Android dan iOS pilihan Tech in Asia Games. Kalau kamu tidak tahu game yang satu ini, wah, saya tidak yakin apakah kamu memang penggemar MOBA atau bukan. Vainglory garapan Super Evil Megacorp adalah sebuah game yang seakan dibuat untuk menguasai genre MOBA di mobile. Kualitas visual maupun gameplay yang dihadirkan benar-benar patut diacungi jempol dan mampu menarik minat banyak pemain. Vainglory memiliki pilihan hero dan juga skill yang beragam. Mekanisme Kraken yang ada juga membuat permainan menjadi lebih cepat. Cocok untuk mereka yang menginginkan permainan MOBA yang tidak makan waktu banyak. Semua itu dipermanis dengan kendali layar sentuh yang responsif cepat kilat. Kalau kamu menginginkan pengalaman MOBA yang benar-benar mantap, jangan ragu untuk menginstal Vainglory di smartphone atau tablet milikmu. Ace of Arenas sebelumnya hanya tersedia di beberapa negara saja, tapi sekarang game ini sudah bisa langsung kamu mainkan. Gaia Mobile selaku developer mengambil pendekatan berbeda ketika mendesain skema pengendalian dalam pertarungan. Jika Vainglory menggunakan layar sentuh, maka Ace of Arenas menggunakan tombol analog virtual yang dikombinasikan gerakan swipe. Ace of Arenas juga termasuk game MOBA di mobile yang memiliki segudang konten, mulai dari jumlah hero yang banyak, map yang beragam, serta variasi kostum seperti MOBA di PC. MOBA adaptasi dari game The Witcher, yang juga merupakan adaptasi dari buku berjudul sama ini, menghasilkan aksi pertempuran yang juga cocok dimainkan di perangkat portable. Pertarungan dalam The Witcher Battle Arena terhitung cukup cepat untuk hitungan standar game MOBA. Cukup 15 menit dan kamu bisa menikmati keseruan bertarung menghadapi lawan yang ada. Yang cukup menarik adalah The Witcher Battle Arena bisa dimainkan secara solo tanpa perlu terkoneksi internet. Dengan demikian, kamu bisa berlatih melawan AI menggunakan hero favoritmu sebelum akhirnya terjun ke medan pertempuran yang sesungguhnya. Game ini memang tidak sekeren The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, tapi setidaknya cukup untuk menghibur para penggemar MOBA di perangkat portable. Skala pertempuran game MOBA yang saya sebutkan tadi mungkin terlalu besar, karena itu, mari kita kecilkan sedikit ke ukuran yang lebih mikro. Bug Heroes 2 buatan Forsaken Media menghadirkan aksi pertempuran antara berbagai serangga dengan senjata-senjata yang unik. Pilihan serangga yang kamu bisa gunakan juga cukup menarik, mulai dari lebah petinju, cacing dengan senapan granat, hingga prajurit semut. Tidak lupa, kamu juga bisa melakukan berbagai upgrade pada setiap serangga yang ada. Sama seperti The Witcher Battle Arena, kamu bisa memainkan game ini secara solo dalam mode single player dan tanpa terkoneksi ke internet. Plants War memang terhitung game lama dan tidak diupdate lagi oleh Gamefeel. Namun bukan berarti game ini tidak pantas untuk dimainkan. Plants War yang merupakan MOBA pertama untuk mobile ini memiliki gameplay yang terhitung sederhana dibandingkan mobile lainnya karena hanya memiliki satu jalur saja. Karena kesederhanaannya ini, Plants War bisa menjadi pilihan gamer baru yang sedang ingin mencoba genre MOBA. Legendary Heroes adalah sebuah MOBA sejati yang jelas memiliki kesan serius seperti layaknya Dota. Game ini memiliki jumlah hero yang banyak dan sistem 3 jalur di mana kamu akan mengendalikan 3 hero secara sekaligus. Selain gameplay yang sedikit berbeda dengan MOBA pada umumnya tadi, Legendary Heroes juga memiliki mode campaign dengan 30 maps yang siap kamu taklukkan. Jadi, luangkan waktu cukup banyak jika kamu ingin memainkan game yang satu ini. Kalau kamu mencari pengalaman MOBA yang cukup kompleks dan seru, maka Heroes of Order and Chaos adalah jawaban yang mungkin kamu cari. Kualitas grafis menawan yang ditunjukkan, banyaknya jumlah hero yang bisa kamu pilih, serta penggunaan skill yang membutuhkan strategi, mungkin bisa membuat kamu langsung menginstal game ini di smartphone milikmu. Fates Forever yang merupakan MOBA eksklusif iPad garapan Hammer and Chisel Inc. ini memang sebuah game MOBA yang cukup berkualitas. Tidak sekedar memberikan permainan MOBA saja untuk pengguna mobile, Fates Forever juga memiliki user experience yang jelas sebuah faktor penting. Tampilan visual yang dihadirkan game ini juga terhitung cukup baik untuk sebuah game iPad. Kalau kamu punya sebuah iPad, rasanya tidak ada salahnya untuk mencoba MOBA yang satu ini. Oke, kira-kira itulah beberapa game MOBA terbaik yang bisa kamu mainkan di perangkat Android atau iOS pilihan Tech in Asia Games. Kalau kamu punya saran tentang game yang lebih bagus dari daftar di atas, jangan ragu untuk menyampaikannya lewat komentar di bawah. Klik juga tombol like serta bagikan video ini kepada teman-temanmu. Jangan lupa juga untuk subscribe ke channel Tech in Asia Games untuk berbagai konten video menarik lainnya seputar dunia game. Sampai ketemu di video selanjutnya.
Hehehehehe.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to be talking about what I think is the top 5 emulators, essentially just the best emulators for your Android device, maybe your smartphone or your tablet. So in this video, I'm going to be covering 5 different emulators. I'm going to have the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and of course the PlayStation 1. These emulators are virtually lag-free and just have the best user interface available for any emulator out there. Alright, so the first application I'm going to show out of all the emulators is the Game Boy Advance, just because it's first on the list. This one's called My Boy. I'm using the free version of the application. There is a paid version with no ads. There's a couple more features you can actually do with the application, things like that. It basically unlocks all the features. It gives you 100% access to the application. So let's go into it. I'm going to show you why I think this is the best Game Boy Advance application there is, and one of the top 5 emulators there are for the Android device. Now, as you can see here, the layout is actually portrait mode, but if you want, you can actually do landscape or vice versa if I'm saying it wrong. But as you see here, when you turn your phone sideways, the screen would actually, go to that orientation, but you can actually customize the controllers so that it's to your liking. You just go to video. Sorry, I hit audio. Go to video. Go to screen size, and now you can actually move the screen to wherever you want. So if you want the screen on the bottom, controls on top, you can do that. You can actually move all the buttons around to wherever you want. You can size them to whatever size you want. So if you don't really have to use the L and R button as much, you can minimize them to as small as possible, make all the other buttons bigger. Of course, you switch the phone around. Now you could make it so that it's just whatever you want. It's 100% customizable, which I like. You could go into the settings and you can actually change the settings so that the rendering is a little lower for lower end phones, but I'm running this on the Galaxy S4, so it runs smoothly as possible. You can also run this on tablets, and it's just a joy if you have a gamepad, or you can actually plug in your PS3 controller to your tablet and you can actually play these games. So the next game I have is the Nintendo 64 emulator. This one's called Super N64. It's just an N64 emulator that's out there. This is a free version. I'm not sure if there is a paid version, but this application's there. You could go into the description down below under the like button. You can check it out. I have a link straight to the Google Play Store where you can check it out. So what I like about this is it's just like the Game Boy Advance emulator, where it's simplistic. It doesn't have anything that's basically just gonna make you wonder, what the hell you're doing, because there are a couple of emulators out there where you just don't know what you're doing. I believe this is the same emulator that's used on the Ouya, if I'm not mistaken. And as you see here, it has all the buttons like that of the Nintendo 64. As you can see, there's virtually no lag. It runs smooth. And if you want, I believe you could go into the settings and actually change a couple things so that it will run on a lower end phone. So the next emulator is the Nintendo DS. This is actually an emulator that came out not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually the only emulator that I know of that has no lag on the Galaxy S4. Every other Nintendo DS emulator I played lagged incredibly. It's got probably like 24 frames per second. The FPS is just horrible. With this, I'm hitting 60 per second, I guess, and it's just this is the best Nintendo DS emulator there is. I'm actually running a free version of the game that allows you to play for 20 minutes before actually buying the full application. The application is $7 on the Google Play Store. It's a little much, but it allows you to play any Nintendo DS application game out there that you want, and it's worth the money. So let me try to go into the menu. You can actually turn the orientation. I guess it actually doesn't do it, but I am 100% sure I was actually using the full version before. You could change it so that it's landscape like this or whatever, and you have the two screens instead of side to side like this. You can actually change it so that it's just one full screen, and the touchscreen's over here on the side. There's so many different possibilities you can do with this application. I guess the free version doesn't allow you to do everything, and as you can see here, there is virtually no lag. So the next one is the Super Nintendo emulator. This is Super GNES Lite. This is the free version. There is a paid version that allows you to save at any point in the game that you want. It also is ad free. This one I believe is ad supported, and I can't save wherever I want. I can only save in game where possible within the game. So let me try to get this to scan my games. This is another reason why I actually like this application, is because as you see, everything is just plain out there. It shows you all the settings. It's easy to read, easy to understand, and that's why I like all of these applications. It's also very simple for it to find games. As you see here, scan for games. Would you like to scan the SD card for games? Just press OK. And as you see there, Super Mario World just pops up. It actually has the cover art and everything. That's why this is my favorite part of this application, which I love the most, is that it actually brings up the cover art. So just press it and it should go right into it. It gives the original Super Nintendo look, feel, controller to it. You can also switch it to the side and the buttons will go into a transparent look, but I believe it's just best to play like this. No lag, no nothing. It's just all these emulators are 100% lag free. Now for my last application, it's FPSE, which is the PlayStation 1 emulator. This is the only emulator that I know of that will actually play the games without any lag. I played a couple different games, Mega Man, I played Final Fantasy, but it's just, of course, with the PlayStation 1 games, there are massive files, so they do take some time to download. I'll have a link in the description down below where you can actually check out a site where they have the ROMs for the games. Of course, I only did this for entertainment purposes to show you the best emulators out there. I actually do own a real copy of each of these games. That's why I'm showing you these games. I own the actual copy, so only download ROMs that you own the actual copy too. So I'm going to show you. Go into the games, Tekken 3. As you see here, the cinematic scene, there's no lag at all. It's Tekken. I haven't played this game probably since 1999. This is an old game. But as you see, no lag at all. This is the FPSE PlayStation 1 emulator. This is actually not a free application. You actually have to purchase this application. I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh, I won. Alright, so there you go. Those were my top 5 gaming emulators for any Android device, which I essentially think are just the best for any smartphone or tablet running the Android OS. Leave a comment in the section down below what you think about them. Also, give this video a thumbs up and a fave, helps me out a lot. Subscribe to my channel, keep up to date on all things Android tech, and for more videos like this one, and I'll see you on the next. Peace.